So next, our job is to make this a little bit more of an interesting kind of pattern, right? Because right now they're just these diagonals, or I can reorder it, but it's going to look like essentially the same pattern as the circle exercise we used before. So what I want to do is take this pattern, increase the number of sifting values that I have to basically equal as many panels as there are, right? You guys are understanding now that there's a recurring theme to a lot of the tools that we use. And then I'm going to shuffle it with a tool that's called Jitter, okay? Sorry. All right, so basically we've got 56 of these values. I need to create 56 numbers. Yes, yes. Make sure that's flattened. So I'm going to go to set and list, and I'm going to do list length. So that's going to measure 56, right? This says 56 right here. All right. Sorry. Allergies are getting to me. So I need to take this pattern and basically now I need to repeat this pattern a bunch of times to that length. So that's under set and sequence, and it's under repeat data. It's getting a little congested in here. Okay. So the data, that's the D input, that's the pattern that I'm going to repeat. So I'm going to plug this pattern into the repeat instead, and then I'm going to repeat it 56 times, or up to 56 values. So now my pattern looks like this. Oh, yeah, sorry. Sorry, guys. I'll let you catch up, and I gotta take a quick break. Okay, so at this stage, right, all I did was take the repeat data component, and I created this list, right? I created this list right here out of this list. It just cycled that information through and through and through, okay? That is no different than what the Sift pattern is already doing. It's exactly the same thing. Because when this runs out of numbers, right, 0, 1, 3, 2, but there are 56 values being plugged in to the list, it's just going to repeat that data. The reason I did this is so I could shuffle the information and have them go to different lists in a more interesting way. So under sequence and under set and sequence, there's this tool called Jitter. So Jitter randomly shuffles a list of values, okay? And this is about the only time that random is considered acceptable, is when you're really just trying to do like a dissolution sort of thing. But anyway, so it needs a few things. It needs a list. Obviously, everything's going to need a list. It will need what's called a jitter or shuffle strength. And then it's going to need that one that we saw before, a seed, right? It's just a variation of the jitter, okay? So the list is obviously going to be the data, right? So this is the list that we're trying to shuffle. So I'll plug that into L. I'll get rid of this and start cleaning this up a little bit, actually. Put that up there. I'll just get rid of that. Don't need that. All I did was move stuff and delete something. All I did was move this to get it out of the way and give myself more room, make it easier for you. And I deleted that red box thing because I don't need it. Okay, So jitter, right? We gave it the list, right? That really long list of 56 repeating values. Now I need to jitter it. And so you need to read the description on this one. And in almost any case, make sure that you're reading these descriptions. Jitter has a shuffle strength, and it tells you 0.0 equals no shuffling, 1.0 equals complete shuffling. So it's a magnitude value of 0 to 1. So your slider should have a 0.0 at least. So when I make a slider, I'm going to say 0 is less than 1.0. Otherwise, it's just going to go, from 0 to 1 and nothing in between. Let me pull that panel back on, actually, so you can see what's happening to the list. Okay, here's our list. And you can see its relationship to the old list, right? 0, 1, 3, 2. This one says 0, 1, 3, 2, 0, 1, 3, 2, 0, 1, 3, 2. As I increase the jitter slider, those numbers start to shuffle. What's that? It is random. Good question. The question was, what's the difference between the values and the indices? The values are basically just whatever it actually is, right? So that's just a number 0, number 1, number 2, number 1, right? The indices are the order. That's why they don't change, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So when we plug that information back in, that's the order that it does that function. It's a list. It's a numbered list, and like if I have 5 circles, they each have a number 2, and if these numbers are scale factors, then the first circle is gonna not scale. The first circle is gonna scale down to 0. The second circle is gonna scale up to 1. Third circle is gonna scale up to 2. The next one's gonna scale to 1. It's just an order. Everything is numbered and ordered. Does that make sense? We can do an exploration of it to show you later on. But anyway, so now I've got my my values. That's what V output is. It's your values for the that were jittered. And so basically I can just plug this in to the pattern now and override that connection. And now, instead of that diamond pattern that I had before, I have this. Or, as I jitter it more, or less, I have that, or this, or that, or that. More interesting, right? Now let me zoom out so I can walk you through everything that this is. Okay. So going back to the beginning, we built a rectangular grid. We created surfaces for each of the cells of that grid. We are sifting apart all of those cells, and we're doing that by repeating a pattern, jittering that pattern, and then applying it to the pattern of the sift. And then that just breaks it apart into separate groups. You guys get that? Or no?
Yeah.
Do you get it better than stuff you saw last week at least? A little bit? Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so for the jitter of the panel, what is it? 0 less than?
This one?
Yeah.
0 is less than 1.0. Yeah, just so that you have one decimal place to work with. And your question?
I think I screwed up looking at it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll come take a look.
Good luck.
Any other questions? All right.